Hi, and welcome back to the Bashful Tarte Bakery. Today is day one of my mini-series on how to keep your oven off and keep your house cool during these hot summer days. I'm going to be making a no-bake chocolate cookie today, but first I need to have my drink. It is the afternoon, so I feel pretty good about it. It's a coffee beverage called a Siciliano, and it has 2 ounces of sweet vermouth, 1.5 ounces of amaretto, 1.5 ounces of very strong coffee, an ounce of simple syrup, and then you're going to shake that up and mix it up, and then you're going to pour that over ice and then pour some club soda over that, which I have here. I have no idea what this is going to taste like. It does say that you can garnish it with an orange wedge. That's pretty good. Cheers. Oh my gosh. It kind of tastes like Coke, like a Coca-Cola. Huh, not something I would typically go for, but it's interesting. Cool. All right, so now we can get started on our cookies. So again, like I was saying, during these heat waves, nobody really wants to turn on their oven, but you might still need something sweet at the end of your day or to give your kids for a little snack. These aren't too bad as far as snacks go for health value. You definitely would not want to send them off to school with these cookies because there is peanut butter in them and you will probably be escorted from the school property. So here we have in my pot, I have a stick of butter, so that's 1/2 cup of butter. I have 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder. I've got a cup of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of milk, and then you're gonna let that simmer on your stove top, and it's going to get nice and silky. It's going to all melt together and it's going to come to a boil. Let it boil for 1 minute, otherwise your cookies will not set up properly. And then you're going to add 2 teaspoons of very fine vanilla. Stir that in there, but wait until you turn the heat off because you don't want to cook it all out. Okay? And now I have 1 cup of creamy peanut butter. So again, not safe to send to school. Isn't it amazing what you used to be able to send to school and now you no longer can? Lots of stuff. So I'm gonna let that melt into the chocolate mixture that I have going here on the stovetop. These cookies were something that my grandma Helen used to send to myself and my cousins. They'll probably remember this. When you went off to college, Grandma Helen, the older ones, would probably get chocolate chip oatmeal cookies, which were some of the best cookies in the whole wide world. My dad would agree. But she would always use the oatmeal container, the used up oatmeal container, and she would fill it with cookies in a plastic bag, and then she would wrap it with brown paper bag, and then she would mail it off to you, and you would get this cylindrical package in the mail. You always knew what it was. In fact, everybody always knew what it was, so it made you very popular on campus. But towards the end, the younger grandkids, we got the no-bake cookies, which was just fine by me. They were all wonderful because Grandma made them. But anyway, okay, so now I've got the peanut butter is all melted down into this cocoa mixture. I'll show it to you right here. It's shiny. You shouldn't be able to feel the sugar in it anymore. It should be all pretty well dissolved. And then what I have right here is 3 cups of quick oats. Now, I use quick oats instead of regular rolled oats because these have already been treated. And if you wanted to use regular rolled oats, you certainly can. You just need to cook them down and let them dry out. These will be much softer to chew. They won't be quite so hard in your cookie because these are not baked. So then I'm going to pour the chocolate into the quick oats. Oh, you could also do this as a gluten-free option because there are gluten-free oats. Now, I'm just going to stir up that chocolate into my oats. Now these set up really fast. The great thing about these is you leave them on your counter until they set completely, and then you can store them in your fridge, or you can put them in your freezer. So you only have to take out a couple at a time so little hands don't get a hold of, 10 10 of them at a time. Or husbands. All right, so now you're just gonna put them, drop them onto a sheet. You can use parchment paper or wax paper, whichever you prefer. Kind of looks like Rice Krispies, Cocoa Rice Krispies. You remember that? When the milk used to get all chocolatey when you were a kid? And now, you just take a spoonful, drop it onto your sheet. Whoops. Drop it onto your sheet right there. That's all you have to do. And then you let it sit on your countertop and cool completely. I have right here a whole tray of them that I just made a little while ago, and they look amazing. They're delicious. You can pack them in lunches. You can send them off on picnics. They will melt if they get too hot, so think about that. But like I said, you can put them in the fridge. They're a nice cool treat, and I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration on how to keep your oven off, keep yourself cool, and I hope you enjoyed it. So be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and cheers.